Based on perceived intelligence. Oh, here we go.
Should we just like go down and do
intros?
Yeah, I'm Sade, I'm 24. I work in finance. I have a bachelor's degree. I went to Yale.
I'm Tyler, I'm 21.
Oh, God.
I'm a high school graduate and I work in the Marine Corps.
I'm Kaylee, I'm 25. I'm a software developer. I went to Ohio University, a bachelor's degree.
Maria, I'm 30 years old. I have my PhD in cancer biology and I work in a biotech industry. Grad school, I went to University of South Carolina, and undergrad, I went to University of Florida.
Hi everybody, my name is Sean. I'm 27. I'm the director of social media for a company, and I also work for a digital ad agency. I got a double major in dance and cultural anthropology. Undergrad, I went to Loyola Marymount University.
Hi everybody, I'm Ray. I'm 24. I graduated with a bachelor's degree from Harvard recently, and I work in consulting.
Oh, y'all are babies.
I know,
that's what I was saying, is age a factor?
Yeah, it gives you like years of experience.
Yeah,
in
I
life.
guess
We need maybe it's good to identify what intelligence means to everybody.
I think intelligence is better defined as your adaptability and your problem-solving skills more than it is your education. Obviously, like the education, the stuff you've been through puts a lot into play in it because it gives you more resources, more thoughts to draw from. The formal education definitely helps, but I don't think it's in any way essential.
So what is the most essential?
So the most essential thing would probably be common sense.
Yeah, so for me personally, I think intelligence is both EQ, IQ, and that common sense, street smart intelligence, all of that combined.
people consciously or unconsciously, when they see someone, form an opinion immediately. Like I'm sure we all did right away.
When I saw you, I told myself, Maria, do not judge him just by his looks. He could be throwing you off, or that's just who he is, but he can talk the talk and walk the walk. Sean, I didn't want to judge him based on the way he looks or dresses or acts, so I was like, I think he's intelligent.
First impressions, I would put him at the bottom only because when I was in school, all the other people.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Tyler, oh, come on. First impression, he's in the bottom.
With like the bright neon colors and stuff, they were typically the ones doing worse in classes. If we were ranking confidence, I'd definitely put Sean at very.
Actually, I really like that we have fucking people like this on Jubilee, because like they literally never have Republicans. Like, you know what I mean? They never have like actual fucking Republicans. He's like trying to be as nice as possible.
First place.
So what is the definition
First impression,
of
he's
we're
a bottom.
going with is the biggest question.
I like your definition.
I know, I was gonna say, I like my definition. It combines everything.
Does anyone have any like initial?
You can be honest.
Start on that side. I'm done going first.
I feel like I have a good combination of both, like book smart and street smart. So yeah, I think I have some input on that. There's so many aspects to intelligence. It really goes beyond IQ and EQ. Even those two different factors don't really capture what it really means to be intelligent.
I know I'm not, from Yale, I don't have a PhD, but what I lack in those areas, I'm able to still problem solve and use my own skill set, my emotional intelligence as well as my social intelligence.
Besides my education and background, I feel like I have high emotional intelligence, like I'm aware of my surroundings.
As a software developer, my problem-solving skills are obviously top-notch, I think I would say. My whole life, I've kind of had to fight to be seen as intelligent. I think I'm so used to having to do that as a woman, to just step up and be like, I deserve to be here. My first job out of college, I was working at a law firm. A gentleman came up to me and said, hi, you don't look like somebody that would work at a law firm. You look like somebody I'd go on spring break with. And I'm like, what?
Obviously, out of everyone here, I've got the least formal education. I consider myself intelligent. My mental dedication and my ability to adapt and to problem solve. What I do in the Marine Corps, I'm a seabird defense specialist. So I think that by virtue of what I do, that already requires some amount of intelligence.
Sorry, quick question. So do you think that only certain people can do your job, or do you think anyone can do your job?
Only certain people. You have to take the ASVAB before you go into the military. That's not really how much you know, but how well you can learn information. And I got a 94 on that. It's not an amount of how much you study, how much you know. You're not gonna really get better at learning. Does that make sense?
I strongly disagree with you don't get better at learning. The idea that you can get better at learning is a pretty big signifier of intelligence. I'm very much...
This guy is so like nervous and aggro. Like it's wild how some people are... Wait, isn't 94 not... Is 94 good? Is it out of 100? ASVAB was easy as fuck. I could get a top job. They couldn't trick me to join. Oh, out of 99? Top score is 99. It's a prince.
Dyslexic. I have ADHD and I'm on the autism spectrum. Dyslexia means that there's a big gap in comprehension. So I was scoring 99th percentile in certain areas and like 3rd percentile in others. I'll never be able to learn another language. I took Spanish for 12 years and I can still basically only order a burrito.
So I have a question. Why did you go to Yale and why did you go to Harvard?
My parents are immigrants from China, and I'm a first-generation immigrant as well.
Is it really hard for people to admit to themselves that they may be incredibly average in terms of intelligence? I think putting aside ego, I'm average, slightly below, mediocre despite being told otherwise. Yes, it is extremely difficult. Or rather, for a lot of people, they don't even recognize that they're fucking stupid. A lot of very stupid people are profoundly confident, okay? They are incredibly confident. And the reason why they're incredibly confident is because they don't recognize how fucking stupid they are. They don't have the crippling anxiety that I have, knowing full well how fucking limited my intelligence is. I am a dumb motherfucker. I am a super dumb motherfucker. Okay? Most people that think they're very intelligent are oftentimes not.
And college student as well. My family always really stressed the importance of formal education. For me, that was something that I really strived for.
I wasn't planning to go to college. That wasn't like a goal of mine. My parents were like, well, you should apply to at least one college. And I was like, I'll never get in here. And then I went to Yale.
Why don't you guys rank each other from 1 to 6, including yourself, and give reasons why you want to do what you're doing?
I gotta go 1.
No.
Oh yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would rank you as a 6, not meaning that you're not intelligent. I also think that I don't place a lot of value on the military.
Period.
No, full stop.
I'd probably do 1,
Base, dude. What the fuck?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna go in this episode.
Does anyone think they're like at either end of the spectrum?
I'd say I'm 1, if nothing else, because I know what I'm about and I'm sure of that.
Bro, this is so awkward. Yo, this is when you bring Reddit energy to real life and just get rolled over, okay? When you bring Reddit energy into real life conversations and they're like, no, you're a 6, dude. Just know you're 6th place.
Wait, you guys have to rank everyone too. That is so unfair. No.
I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It's hard for me to look past the education part, going to college.
Everyone's gonna mauled so hard. There's so many people that are gonna see this as like education elitist. You know what I mean? You're like being elitist about someone's education. Education does not immediately equal intelligence, okay? It does not. But if intelligence is like measured by IQ, then that doesn't actually mean intelligence either. The reveal is probably going to be that like this dude has the highest IQ or some shit. Or this dude. This is the sleeper hit who has like incredibly yeah. Like this dude is going to have like what's that bartender guy? I think the first looks absolutely factor into this. That's why they're saying that he is number 5. Anyone that thinks IQ means anything is a ass doing a self-report, I agree.
I think you learn a lot, if nothing else emotionally, but I still think you're smart.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, immigrant parents, first generation going to college, humble, modest. 2, me, I don't know, PhD, cancer biology scientist. I work in a biotech company. We make COVID-19 testing kits, stuff like that. And then 6. It has nothing to do with your background. I don't think you have the highest EQ out of all of us. Tyler, he ranked last for me personally because the way he carries himself. He was ranking intelligence based on his point of view and not taking in other people's point of views and compiling results, but really just came down to his body language, his demeanor, the way he carried himself, the way he acted towards the group.
I would put 1, 2, 3.
Holy shit, I am literally looking up ASVAB sample questions right now. General science. Before you take the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery, study this selection of sample test questions. Each question corresponds to one of the topics you can expect on a real ASVAB test. General science tests the ability to answer questions on a variety of science topics drawn from courses taught in most high schools. NACI is most commonly known as, what is it? Is it SALT, I think? I don't even fucking know. I think so. Yeah, it is. Jesus Christ. Arithmetic reasoning tests the ability to solve it. If there's 3 quarts in a gas in a gallon container, how full is a container? I only know liters. What is a quart to a gallon? 75? I assume it's 70. Does quart mean quarter? Okay, well then 75 is my answer. By the way, fun fact, I literally don't know what the fuck feet to metric changes. I still don't know. I never learned. Word knowledge. Observe. What the fuck? Observe most nearly means maintain, watch, organize, protest. Shut the fuck up, dude. Are you serious? Is this really the questions? These are the questions? Okay. I wonder what observe means. How do I describe it? Like, okay, this test is ridiculous. Let's finish this video, though, boys. I need to know who the smartest guy is. Oh, my God. These tater tots?
4, 5, and out 6. So the reason why I put you at number 1 is I think you have the highest, not only EQ score out of everybody, but the way you present yourself, as well as being a PhD student, I think is just like a huge thing. And I put myself 6 because I feel like I might be the weakest in terms of actual IQ score. Hopefully I can make it up in everything else. So I did put myself as least intelligent. However, if it can't be me, I definitely think Tyler, unfortunately, his way of thinking is linear. And I think intelligence is almost like
he's
a
just
sphere.
a conservative.
It's a picture.
That's it. That's
and right
the problem.
now he's only coloring with one color than, you know, with the rainbow.
So who got the most number 1s? Thank you. Look down.
Who got the most?
Sean A was
like
pretty
you.
up there too.
I feel like you were definitely 3, right?
Yeah, I'm in between
You were
Harvard and
4.
Yale.
5.
I think that I sort of expected to be ranked a little bit lower. At first glance and first interaction with me, it's hard to tell how intelligent I am. It's hard to tell. I think that I sort of expected to be ranked a little bit lower. At first glance and first interaction with me, it's hard to tell how intelligent I am. It's hard to tell how intelligent anybody is.
Is anyone upset with where they're standing?
I think it makes sense that I'm down here. Like the guy who graduated from high school and then joined the military, he probably wouldn't be like high up on there. If I was in their shoes, I definitely would have also ranked myself among the lowest.
I do feel like there might be a prejudice acting in terms of ranking you
Okay, I was thinking that
highly,
too.
but I agree with the ranking. I think you probably are the most intelligent out of all of us. I would feel weird placing you there and not acknowledging the dynamics in which we did so. Hearing that I had to take an IQ test was definitely hard to hear. Quantifying things for me in that realm is really hard because it gives you something really solid. Even if you don't buy into IQ tests, it still gives you a number at the end of the day, which is something you have to grapple with.
I literally thought when you said to open the computer, we're gonna look at social media, that I didn't think an IQ test would be part of it.
Meanwhile, Tyler 100% knew that an IQ test was coming and has been studying for it for months because he wants to get a Mensa membership. So he's just gonna blow everyone out of the water. And by the way, IQ test notoriously you can train to get better at, but all right.
It was kind of expected. We're being ranked by intelligence, you know, an IQ test. It's not that far out the realm of possibility.
Exactly. Just understand that I was so right. I'm sorry. I literally pre-watch every video, okay? That's the trick. I literally pre-watch every video. I know exactly when to pause it, and that's why the timing is always on point here, okay? That's it. That's the trick. I'm telling you. Watch on LSF actually say that this is the case. No, but for real, I mean, I didn't know how to read people, okay? And I know that is that kind of person. Like, that is that kind of person. Straight up.
Number 1 is Raymond. Number 2 would be Kaylee. Number 3 will be Tyler. And number 4 would be Shada. Number 5 is Sean. And number 6 is Maria.
People who think I have the brain processing power to be able to pause the video at the right time and remember it.
I think an IQ test.
Wait, what happened? Hold on. Wait.
This is Maria.
Holy shit, Comster, dude. There is no better video that shows that IQ tests are insanely meaningless than literally this video.
I think an IQ test tests something. I don't think it's intelligence. It's definitely testing something. IQ tests are now known to be flawed and based on incorrect sample sizes. I have really severe dyslexia. There's 2 questions on that test that I basically can't answer.
I'm sure if you studied for an IQ test, you would do a lot better.
Yeah.
IQ tests are just one aspect or one way to measure intelligence.
Dyslexia. There's 2 questions on that test that I basically can't answer.
I'm sure if you studied for an IQ test, you would do a lot better.
Yeah.
IQ tests are just one aspect or one way to measure intelligence. It's really on a spectrum what constitutes somebody as intelligent.
Before this, all I knew about IQ tests is that they existed, and the I stands for intelligence. I've never looked into IQ tests before. Coming here today, them saying the EQ, that was the first time I've ever heard that term in my life.
Coming back to intelligence, it's not just your IQ, it's your EQ, it's your common sense, it's street smarts. Sure, it is some type of metric similar to an SAT and ACT.
Okay, Maria, I'm sorry to say this, but no matter what you say here, it's just gonna come across like copium, okay? I'm sorry. Like, by the way, motherfuckers like copium. She makes her vaccines, dumbasses. I am not. Wait, how did you find this? I am not a moron, sir. I challenge you to an IQ test. Albert Einstein said that, and he definitely wasn't a moron. Stupid liberals. Damn, I used to be funny. What happened, dude?
CT score is a metric for getting into college, but there's more to that person than that test.
I'm actually excited I wasn't last because I thought I was gonna be last, not gonna lie. I think an IQ test is a good indicator to see how people handle pressure, but I think that's easier to...
What do you call the lowest scoring graduate from medical school? Doctor? That's pretty good. That's pretty funny. I mean, I get it. I understand. Like, it's a flex, you know? Bitch, I'm still a doctor.
Makes sense in our heads that, oh, you're smart and you're not smart.
Definitely don't think it's the best metric. I've been exposed to tests like these probably more than most people here. That already gives me an unfair advantage.
This is my villain redemption arc. I'm climbing up the ladder.
Bro, honestly, he literally won, boys. That's it. He won that round. It's just the truth, man. It is just the God's honest truth. He won the fuck out of that. Okay?